Exclusive, phantom exports, how mislabeled goods from Norfolk Island and other remote territories triggered unfair U.S. tariffs. The seemingly idyllic landscapes of Norfolk Island and the icy desolation of Heard and McDonald Islands share an unlikely connection. They've become unwitting players in a complex web of international trade, manipulated by mislabeled shipments that triggered unfair U.S. tariffs. An exclusive Guardian investigation reveals a shocking truth. For the past 5 years, a significant volume of goods originating from various countries have been falsely attributed to these remote Australian territories, leading to a cascade of economic repercussions. The evidence paints a picture of deliberate mislabeling, impacting not just these isolated islands, but potentially distorting global trade statistics on a far larger scale. The implications are far-reaching, affecting not just the targeted territories, but also the accuracy of U.S. trade data itself. This sophisticated deception has seemingly allowed companies to circumvent trade regulations and tariffs, potentially gaining a significant competitive advantage while simultaneously jeopardizing the economic stability of legitimately operating businesses. Among the fraudulently mislabeled shipments identified are a diverse array of products, ranging from the seemingly innocuous to the surprisingly complex. Luxury items such as Timberland boots and premium wines have been found amongst the falsely attributed exports, alongside more industrial components like parts for recycling plants and sophisticated aquarium systems. The scale of the deception is striking, encompassing numerous transactions over a prolonged period. This deliberate circumvention of import regulations underscores a disturbing lack of oversight in international trade practices, raising serious questions about the integrity of global supply chains. The fallout from this revelation is immediate and severe. Norfolk Island, a small self-governing territory, this week faced the brunt of this mislabeling crisis. A crippling 29% tariff, a staggering 19 percentage points higher than tariffs imposed on goods from mainland Australia, has been levied on its exports to the United States. This is particularly egregious considering Norfolk Island's own claims of having virtually no export relationship with the U.S. The impact of this unfairly imposed tariff on the island's economy is potentially devastating, threatening livelihoods and long-term economic prospects. The arbitrary nature of this penalty serves to underscore the fragility of small island economies in the face of global trade imbalances and the potential for manipulation within the system. This investigation sheds light on a critical vulnerability within the U.S. trade data system. The U.S. Census Bureau, responsible for compiling these crucial statistics, openly acknowledges the potential for reporting errors and their significant impact on the accuracy of commodity data. However, the scale of the mislabeling uncovered in this investigation points to a systemic weakness, one that has been exploited to manipulate trade policies and inflict economic damage. The Trump administration's methodology in calculating tariffs is also brought under scrutiny. Heard Island and McDonald Islands, an uninhabited archipelago of glaciers and ice near Antarctica, were inexplicably included in the White House's list of countries subject to tariffs, burdened with a 10% levy. This seemingly absurd imposition highlights the far-reaching consequences of inaccurate data and the potential for arbitrary punitive measures based on flawed information. The sheer absurdity of imposing tariffs on an uninhabited, ice-covered landmass serves to underscore the chaotic nature of this situation. The problem extends beyond Norfolk Island and Heard Island and McDonald Islands. Other remote regions have also fallen victim to this same flawed data, suffering from similarly unfair tariffs. The Arctic island of Jan Mayen and the Svalbard archipelago, both sparsely populated with minimal export activity, were also subjected to a 10% tariff. This widespread pattern of misattribution points to a larger, more organized scheme of trade manipulation, potentially involving multiple actors across various sectors. The implications of this mislabeling scandal are profound. The accuracy of U.S. trade statistics, and indeed global trade data, is now fundamentally called into question. The economic impact on the affected territories is devastating, highlighting the vulnerability of small islands and remote regions to the complexities and potential abuses of international trade. Moreover, the investigation raises serious concerns about the transparency and accountability of the U.S. tariff system and its susceptibility to manipulation. The discovery demands a comprehensive review of trade data procedures, bolstering oversight mechanisms to prevent future instances of this kind of manipulation and ensuring fairness in global trade practices. Ultimately, this incident calls for a critical examination of the global trade system's resilience against deliberate manipulation and its capacity to protect the interests of smaller, more vulnerable economies. The need for greater transparency and accountability is clear, particularly given the potentially devastating consequences of such data manipulation. The international community needs to collaborate to develop robust systems to prevent the recurrence of this kind of fraudulent activity and to ensure that global trade operates fairly and transparently for all participants, big and small. The future of equitable trade depends on it.